to TJ's Model Trains in day 10 of 25 Days of Christmas with TJ 2024. Hard to believe we've already done 10 days so far this year. It's going to be 2025 before we know it. I've already been saying 2025 a couple of times, so I guess we're already prepared. But yesterday we did finally get into some of the more interesting things in my collection. The things that I have that are weathered, fixed piloted, modern diesels. I know a lot of people just really like steam or things like that. My thing is the modern diesels. I like them weathered, KD couplers, obviously fixed pilots. I think it just gives it that really good look, and you just really can't beat it. And the other problem is, and I will say this to anybody that thinks it does look good, be careful because it is a snowball. And
son, you know, once you start, there's no going back.
You just can't really ever look at an O-gauge coupler or swinging pilots the same ever again. But yesterday we did take a look at the CSX-8. That is the Dash 8 that I've had for going on 4 years now. Was the very first Premier engine that I ever bought myself when I got back into the hobby. I have obviously done quite a bit of things to it, and it'll never leave. It's one of my most favorite, cherished pieces of the collection. But we're going to keep going down that road and looking at modern diesels. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what we got for today. So as I said, today's engine does keep in line with what we've looked at yesterday. And this engine actually did come to me back in, I think, the springtime. I did pick this up with a couple other engines that fall in line with it, and I think it's a really good looking model. It's a little unique, a little bit interesting, kind of a little bit of a change of pace from the standard paint scheme of this railroad. I do hope that it will pair nicely with something that Atlas released this year that should be coming next year. I think it'll pair well with that model. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up, get it pulled out of the tunnel, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for day 11. So, as most of you probably would have no surprise with, it is a NS locomotive. This is a MTH Premier NS-9. It is in the OLS, or Operation Lifesaver 25th Anniversary paint scheme that NS had. This engine actually, I want to say still actually retains this paint job. I have to go back and look. I'm not sure if this one's been turned into an AC44 or C6M yet. Not 100% sure on that, but I know a lot of the Dash 9s, that's what they're becoming. But as of like 2022, 2020, somewhere in there, which is kind of roughly the cutoff of what I'm modeling with NS, it still was in service in this paint job, had the full white silk stripe instead of the hashed out, and it did have PTC, which I do have PTC antennas for it, just not 100% sure if I'm going to go through the effort in doing so. But it's a great looking model. The fixed pilots just set it off, and again, it stands out a little bit from just the standard black and white NS that I have. And Atlas did just announce C40-9s that they're going to be doing, and I did order the standard NS, so that will pair well nicely with this one and fit into that mid 2000s to early 2020s era of NS that I kind of am aiming for. You know, an era that you can have heritage units that don't have PTC, and then you can have some engines that do have PTC, and they all just kind of merge together. But let's go ahead and kick the volume up on this thing and get it running around the layout. Bye.